What's going on YouTube? And we just had our first altar fight. And that was my first time using Achilles on the battlefield. However, Achilles was a little bit disappointing. Let me show you why. Now obviously I got my Achilles yesterday, and this is the gear I was running in the altars. I ended up swapping my greatest glory for my infantry march over here due to the fact that I had silent trial crit for infantry. So I thought it might be slightly better on my infantry march. And then obviously I had a full gear set with a horn, everything iconic up, 2 crits, KVK weapon. And these are my armaments. I thought these would be fine, 2 blues and 2 whites. And this is basically what my infantry set looks like as well. For the white inscriptions, I have Onslaught and Striker, both normal damage increases. And then I have Causative, which is amazing, boost to combo damage, and Relentless, which is also a boost to combo damage. With decent stats, I have one stat that's bad here, the Archer Health, and I don't have any transmutation crystals. So that was what I was running on the field. Let me show you guys the reports. So if I go to my favorites here, I have several reports. We'll start from the beginning. The first report, this was the first report of the entire ball fight, and I was fighting slightly sloppily. I dropped rage a couple times, but it traded 873 to 1.2 million. The second report was kind of similar, almost a million kill points to 1.2 million. And the third report, 800,000 kill points to 1.2 million. And then this was the last report. This was after the altars were over. I just wanted some extra KP, so I kind of ran my march in there and I got swarmed, and it still traded 900,000 to 1 million. Now these reports, I will not lie to you, these are worse than I expected. I thought that my march would trade positive. And if you might be wondering how my infantry march did, this was the first report for my infantry march, and this was also the only ball fight that we ended up winning. A little preference for all these other reports. Every single one of these reports was a losing ball fight, but this was the one that we won. But this was also a losing ball fight, traded 1.2 million to 1 million, and this was also a losing ball fight, 700,000 to 400,000. Now I did refresh this a little bit earlier because our ball literally disappeared, and then they called off the altars pretty much immediately. I could complain about that all I want, but honestly, I think it was the right decision, but it wasn't the decision I wanted to hear. Because I woke up at like 3:30 a.m. I jumped on my computer, I booted up a live stream. I'll link the live stream in the top right corner if you guys want to watch that. It's a short live stream, and I start the live stream while I'm in a ball. I was playing the game on my phone. I was booting up my live stream, and I got to fight for maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and then they called off the zone. Maybe it was a little bit longer, like an hour to, like, yeah, probably like an hour. I fought for like an hour, and then they called off the altar right after the altar opened. Altar opened like 20 minutes into the altar, called it off, said go home, go to the other zone. I fought for a little bit longer down here, trying to chase some KP, and then I teleported over here and just took this altar for free. So I still ended up getting some honor, which I don't really care about, honestly. I'm only 100th in honor. I have not been chaining recently, been quite busy. But man, that sucked. I woke up nice and early. I made sure I got a decent TP spot. This wasn't my actual TP spot. I was probably around like right here, but I was pretty close to here. And hey, ran both my marches. Even though I was trading bad on my cav, I was trading positive in my infantry, and I was down to keep running these marches and running this altar. Trading slightly worse, but I need the KP, man. If you guys look at my KP, I'm almost at 1.5 billion, but you guys know my goal was 2 billion. And honestly, I don't know how I'm supposed to get that. Past 7, pretty much low fighting, almost 0 fighting, to be honest. And then Kingsland, I honestly don't know how we're gonna do based on the results of this altar in this zone. Honestly, I'm kind of terrified of how we're gonna do in Kingsland. I am terrified, man. Honestly, Earth Camp, I was watching their altar, they did pretty well. Obviously, Wind Camp ended up winning, but Earth Camp was up there, and they were actually winning some ball fights, which was kind of fun for them. So honestly, I don't really know what to think of my Achilles. He did okay on the field. He definitely did better than my Joan. No doubt about that. My Joan Arthur would have done 100 times worse than that. Definitely a big upgrade for my Joan. Not trading positive though, but that might just be a ruins or an altar thing. This march could do better on a field ball fight. I'm not too sure. I guess we'll have to do some more testing. I'll let you guys know how he does once I get him on the field. In past 7 at Kingsland, I'll make another video on Achilles. But as for right now, not too impressed with him. Really disappointing performance, especially when I expected him to trade as good as my BQ Luce or better. He has the gear and armaments. There's no doubt about that. These are my infantry armaments. They're pretty much the same as my cav, maybe slightly better. My gear set is pretty much the exact same, even slightly worse than my cav, and he has pretty good bastion skills on him. So I'm not really sure if it's a commander problem or it was just that specific ruins. I mean, those were losing ball fights, but my infantry was trading good in the losing ball fights. It was. So I'm not too sure what to think. honestly. Definitely needs more testing. I'll be showing you guys more reports later into the KVK. And obviously everyone's curious about this March because the commanders are new. But man, I'm sorry to announce that I was disappointed. I was disappointed by how he did. Now, a little quick update for how I'm doing during the KVK based on everyone else. Currently, I am 87th on the Ultra leaderboard. I have dropped a couple positions since this altar fight. For deaths, I'm 331st, and for heals, I'm 136th. So I'm still doing pretty decent, trading positive. Obviously, my goal is to get to 2 billion KP, total KP gained. Total KP, not KP gained, total KP. A lot of people get confused when I say 2 billion KP. I mean total, not gained. So yeah, that's gonna be really tough. Let me take a look at my KVK stats and show you what's been happening. So for unit deaths, I'm at 563,000. All of them T4 or T5. Majority being infantry, and I got some archers up there, and then a little bit of cav. For cavalry, we don't really have too many cav rallies. We were sending some off in the Zone 5 invasion that we did when we lost Zone 5 and tried to reinvade. But I think we did 2 rallies and that's it. So definitely needed to get more cav rallies going. 4 units returned. This will be what I'm getting back. This will probably change by the end of KVK. No point looking at that. For resources spent healing, I'm at 6 billion resources, majority being food, and then wood, and then gold, and then stone. I'm using a lot less stone than I thought, but maybe that's because I was cheeseburgering for a lot with just my infantry march during the Zone 5 invasion. Now, I have been farming basically only gold on my farm to try to survive this KVK and not have to enter my bag too much, because I don't have a lot of gold in my bag, but I do have a lot of wood, food, and stone. So I've been farming basically only gold on my farms for the past couple of days. A little bit of food because I don't have enough nodes for all 5 farms. But yeah, this is the percent I'm going to get back. Pretty useless. I might use this to upgrade my farms because, as you guys know, I am looking for options to migrate for KVK4 to play it again. After this KVK is completely done, I'm not going to migrate during the KVK. I'll migrate after the KVK is finished. Looking at unit deaths, our kingdom has 90 million unit deaths in 3695. That's a lot of unit deaths. That's a lot. Majority being T5 unit deaths. Not a lot of T4s. And I mean, yeah, there's not a lot of farm fillers that we have. So we are taking a lot of T5 deads, and it definitely hurts the kingdom. And hey, we've taken way more deads than Water Camp, which is the only camp we fought yet. So that is definitely a little bit disappointing to see. This past 7 could change. I hope that we get into the past 7 first, and we get Purple Lotus's Gorgo Hector in there. Now, as you can see, for resources, I am struggling a little bit. I think I'll be fine with the farm transfer, including my bag. I think we should be good. And for speed ups, I'm totally chilling. 1,080 days of universal and 11 days of healing. I didn't use any healing speed ups during this altar fight. It's still all my hospital. I have 260,000 in my hospital that I'm slow healing, and I'll slow heal it over time until the next altar. And then, hey, we got another altar fight in 3 days, so I should be able to get my hospital completely healed. But yeah, hopefully I can get this 2 billion KP total, and a lot of people think I'm going to do it. But I have a strategy that, many people might not like, many people might like. I might run a third march, a third bootleg march, and we'll be talking about that in another video, and I'll be making crafting gear and setting up that march. So stay tuned for that. And I do need to do a little account update and show you guys everything that's been happening in my account, because there's a lot of things behind the scenes that you guys don't really see in videos unless I actually go in depth in my account. So we'll be looking at that in another future video, so stay tuned for that as well. And that's about it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We hit 4,000 subscribers recently, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much. Hey, let's push to 5,000. We got this. And also, I'm going to be uploading some of the fighting footage to members only, if you guys are interested, from Zone 5 and from this altars. So if you guys want to become a member, hey, it's $3 pretty much a daily, and yeah, it supports me a lot and helps me keep motivated to create more videos. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.